This video is recommended for ages 13 and up because it covers real-world disasters, including loss of life, widespread destruction, and government response failures. While there are intense images, the topics can be emotionally heavy and are best suited for teens and older viewers who can understand the historical and social impact. We'll explore 4 major hurricanes from the record-breaking 2005 season, their paths, their impacts on communities across the U.S. and Central America, how governments responded, and what they taught us about climate and preparedness. Hurricane Dennis struck in July 2005. It became the earliest, strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic at that time, setting the stage for the catastrophic months to follow. On July 4th, a tropical wave formed near the southern Windward Islands. By July 5th, it strengthened into Tropical Storm Dennis, and a day later, upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. Dennis rapidly intensified south of Cuba, reaching major hurricane status on July 8th. As it crossed Cuba, it briefly weakened, but over the warm Gulf waters, it re-strengthened to Category 4. A hurricane watch was issued on July 8 for the Alabama-Florida coastline, later upgraded to a hurricane warning early on July 9. Dennis made landfall near Navarre Beach, Florida on July 10 as a strong Category 3 hurricane, then tracked north into Alabama before dissipating inland. Dennis caused around 59 deaths, most of them in the Caribbean. Damage reached $2 billion to $4 billion in 2005. Storm surge reached 3 to 5 feet along Alabama's coast, and 6 to 7 feet in parts of the Florida Panhandle. While Dennis was smaller and faster moving than later storms that year, it was an early warning sign, the first of many destructive hurricanes to come.
Hurricane Katrina wasn't just a storm, it was a moment that exposed weaknesses, reshaped communities, and taught the nation powerful lessons. In this video, we're exploring what happened before, during, and after the storm, and why it still matters today.
On August 23, 2005, a tropical depression formed southeast of the Bahamas. Within 24 hours, it became Tropical Storm Katrina, and by August 25, it had strengthened into a hurricane as it made landfall in southern Florida. But Katrina wasn't done. After crossing into the Gulf of Mexico, it rapidly intensified into a Category 5 storm, with winds peaking at 175 miles per hour. On August 29, Katrina struck Louisiana and Mississippi, making 2 major landfalls as a Category 3 hurricane. The real devastation began when the levees failed, flooding 80% of New Orleans. Katrina caused over $125 billion in damage, tying it with Hurricane Harvey as the most expensive natural disaster in U.S. history. More than 1,392 lives were lost, and over 1 million people were displaced from their homes. Schools and businesses were closed for weeks or even months, and the trauma from this event still affects many survivors today. The response to Katrina revealed serious problems. Many people were stranded for days without food, water, or shelter. FEMA, the Federal Emergency Agency, was criticized for being unprepared and too slow to act. Local and state governments were overwhelmed. Coordination between agencies broke down. For many, help came too late. Katrina also sparked a deeper conversation. Could climate change be making hurricanes worse? Warmer ocean temperatures likely helped Katrina strengthen quickly. Rising sea levels could lead to more dangerous storm surges. Scientists agree that while hurricanes are natural, climate change may make them stronger and more intense in the future. In the years after Katrina, the U.S. made big changes. FEMA was restructured. Disaster forecasting improved. Better evacuation planning and stockpiling systems were put in place. Katrina taught us that a natural disaster is more than just wind and rain. It's about people, and how we prepare, respond, and rebuild. For some, it was a wake-up call. For others, it changed their lives forever. As our world continues to face stronger storms and rising seas, Katrina reminds us that being ready matters, and that we still have more work to do. Just weeks later, Hurricane Rita struck, another Category 5 hurricane at sea. Rita would impact some of the same areas hit by Katrina and trigger one of the largest evacuations in U.S. history. Rita formed in mid-September, rapidly intensified to Category 5 with winds of 180 miles per hour, and made landfall on September 24 near the Texas-Louisiana border as a Category 3 storm. Rita caused up to 20 feet of storm surge in coastal Louisiana, widespread flooding, and 120 deaths. Damages were estimated at $18.5 billion. In anticipation of Rita, over 2.5 million people evacuated the Houston metro area. Traffic gridlock lasted more than 20 hours, causing severe hardships, yet the storm shifted slightly east, sparing Houston a direct hit. Finally, Hurricane Wilma in October broke Atlantic records with the lowest pressure ever recorded, 882 millibars, and reached Category 5 strength. Wilma devastated parts of the Yucatan Peninsula and later struck South Florida as a Category 3 hurricane with 120 miles per hour winds. The storm caused 52 deaths and $29.4 billion in damages, with surges up to 15 feet. In just 4 months, these 4 hurricanes defined the 2005 season: Dennis in July, Katrina in August, Rita in September, and Wilma in October, each breaking records and leaving lasting impacts on millions. Looking at them side by side, we see the staggering scope. Katrina caused the most damage, Wilma had record low pressure, Rita triggered mass evacuations, and Dennis set the early season strength record. The 2005 hurricane season changed how we prepare for, respond to, and understand hurricanes, and serves as a reminder of the growing challenges posed by climate change. What lessons do you think we still need to learn from these storms? Looking back, the 2005 hurricane season stands out in history. It wasn't just one storm, it was a perfect storm of conditions: record warm ocean waters, calm upper-level winds, the absence of El Niño, and an underlying trend of a warming climate. Together, these factors fueled one of the most active and destructive hurricane seasons ever recorded. Understanding why 2005 was so intense helps us prepare for the future. While weather patterns vary year to year, the lessons from this season remind us how quickly conditions can align, and why forecasting and preparedness matter more than ever. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the hurricanes of 2005. If you found this helpful, consider liking, subscribing, and checking out my other weather history and forecast videos. See you in the next one.